Virgos, how you doing? Okay, I'm even getting fed up with listening to myself saying all this, but I have to do it because there's a lot of new traffic coming through, and if people have watched their Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus stuff that I've already put out, I'm going to have to say it again. Okay, so I've made a new Vimeo page, guys, right? And it is for monthlies, and I'm doing things a little differently. If you have only just found this channel, if you've just found it or you just find it, okay, if you want to know what kind of reader that I am, if you go back to your March or your March monthlies or anything like that, that would be very important to show you what kind of reader that I am, okay, because things would have been different there, or I've done the whole spread on YouTube, okay. But now I'm going to start to, what I'm going to do is I've got you angel cards and stuff like that, but I'm only going to do the first few. This is going to be your karma card in the first house, okay, but I'm going to do these few here, and then over on Vimeo, the rest of it will be turned over, and then I'll clarify everything, and then I will also do thoughts and feelings, and I will try to break it down by using different decks, by breaking it all down and see how I can cross comparison how people are thinking and feeling, and try and pick it up whether it's you or them or different party interference, if there is any, Virgo. I'm not saying there's going to be, but that, you know, if there is, you know, it's just our karma. Okay, so what I've done is I've given everybody an option, which is, I think it's a really good deal. It's a deal, it's a steal, it's a turn of the century. But it's not in the one that it was last month, which is bi-weeklies, and it was all mixed up. Okay, the bi-weeklies will be in there, but this is for the monthlies, and it's listed in the description as obviously monthlies, something. It says monthlies, extended readings, right? But if you use the bi-all option, that'll be $19, but that will obviously give you access to your Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus, but that will give you access to other people's if you want to watch those, or you're interested in family or anything. But it'll also obviously give you access to that through this month, next month and next month, okay? Now if you're not interested in that option, there's another option. So if you're from the UK or Great British Sterling, that's 15 quid, okay, 15 quid, or like I said, $19, somewhere around about there. Okay, and that'll give you 3-month access. If not, and you just want to see me clarify the cards and everything that I do, clarify these and then thoughts and feelings, but it'll be about half an hour, sometimes 3/4 an hour reading, it depends on what happens. That's $5 or 31 cents, or Great British Sterling, £4, 3 pence. Okay, that's just for the individual one reading. But the bi-all option is there, and it's a better option for everybody that can keep it open. That's for 30 days for just the one, okay. But like I said, the bi-all is 3 months. Hopefully someone timestamp this. But yes, so we'll get on with your reading. Okay, so what I've done is I've drawn you some new cards, which is Doreen Virtue Angel Therapy cards, and then obviously the Doreen Virtue Love Romance kind of stuff. Okay, overall energy, these few, and then over there I'll clarify everything and pretty much do the jazz. It's all in the description, along with private readings and all that sort of stuff. Okay guys, great, that's that out of the way. So let's have a look at this is the Doreen Virtue Angel Therapy. So guided and protected. So it's guided and protected. So pretty much whatever you've gone through or whatever you have gone through depends on what this karma card here is, right? But whatever we go through in life, it's always protected, and you're always protected in ways that you may not know. You probably will if you're spiritual and you're watching tarot card readings. But sometimes we lose faith. Okay, so pretty much to me as a card, this is saying that you've got to have faith. You know, you got to have faith. Baby. So it might be related to children, maybe, okay, or some kind of family situation. But guarded and protected, you know, you always are, but you have to ask for protection. You know, as a spiritual card, when you become a medium, you have to let them in. So you have to remain open to receive, whether it be good or bad, okay? But when you look at things in a spiritual level, you have to be open to receive what they're going to tell you. So you have to ask for messages. Ask and you will receive, right? So you receive. So even if you receive things badly, we grow through soul growth and evolution, and we learn more structured and become more structured and independent. That's what it's pretty much for, because we learn that love is not a controlling energy, right? So, sorry, I'm going into the teaching stuff again, Virgo. Okay, so let's stick with the plan. So basically, you've got to ask for guidance, you know, like you would with a tarot card reader, and if you was going to reach out for a private reading, you would ask, okay? So if you want to ask your own guidance for angel cards and use angel cards yourself, you may do, and that's what that means. But it definitely means to me that you have to ask for messages, and then you also have to ask for healing. Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Michael, okay, whatever you believe in, okay. But it's guarded and protected of whatever you've gone through or whatever you will go through. It's protected in order to sometimes teach us the harsh lessons of life, which is pain. You know, that's what we're here for, to learn to grow. If everything was just fucking white picket fences and gummy bears and gumdrops, what would life be? So easy, so it would be pointless and we would bored shitless, right? So sometimes we like to inflict pain upon ourselves, Virgo, right? So write about your thoughts and feelings. There you go. Okay, so when I first started my journey a long time ago now, I realised I was clairvoyant and that I wrote down everything that I do. And a lot of you already know that when I come up with an idea, I write it down, but you need a backer in your chart in order for it to push that forward to give it out as a vision. Okay, when you get used to hearing and listening, you write things down because it's very important, because it's also a good way of purging. When I first started realising that I thought I was writing stories, I wasn't. I was actually had a gift and I was writing the future. You know, I was writing the future, and then I started to predict things, you know, and I'd become clairvoyant and things like that. So pretty much write your thoughts and feelings down, purge them out. Also talk to people that are on a spiritual level, also the people that understand. That's why you can reach out, use private Skype readings that I do and all that kind of thing, you know. But write them down. You may be esoteric spirit writers and guides yourself, but that's pretty much what the general advice is that I asked for, okay? So these cards here, we've got religious factors. There you go, religious factors. Your love life is influenced by the religious upbringing and spiritual path. Okay, so you're very spiritual. All of you Virgos, you are anyway. You know, you're opposite ends as Pisces, so you know. So religious factors, you know, it's influenced by that. So you're probably dealing with obviously soulmate energy and karma. There's also, you know, stay optimistic about your love life. That's very hard to do for some readers to say, stay optimistic, Virgo. You know, you might be thinking, listen, this fool's a fucking joke and I'll piss off. Sorry. But do you know what I mean? If you've gone through certain amounts of pain, it's very difficult to stay optimistic about your love life, right? But that is kind of what it's saying, is to just stay optimistic. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. That's why I do things like the blame game that is also on the channel. That's guidance. It's not tarot card reading. It's about blame. You know, you can't blame one energy source of what you was cut from the same cloth from, right? So anyway, that's your overall guidance for that. So I'm going to just do a few cards here, right? Wow. So there you go. Cards never lie. My gifts never lie. 3 of Pentacles, karma, past life regression. So you're probably learning a lot about past life regression. You know, past life karma. This is karma. This is your karma card. To me, this is like this is sometimes what resides within the devil's tomb, which is the tower. Okay, it can relate to scribes and things like that, but it can also relate church. You know, below the church. But it's past life. It's the 3 of Pentacles. You know, because it always like aligns you with the truth here, which is the alignment of you. You know, it's collaboration. So you could be working really hard, basically, on your karma, and that's what you've experienced, and that's why you've got guarded and protected. You've understood a lot about that. Excuse me, Virgo. And yeah, you're right. You are writing things down because, like I said, this is a scribe, also like a scribe. Okay, so in a good way, this is a scribe that writes esoterically. You know, does esoteric knowledge, or probably tarot cards, maybe, or just writing in general. You know, or tarot card healing, or healing, or anything like that. You know. But pretty much as a karma card, you've understood that you may have been caught in some kind of 3-party drama, you know, drama triangle, drama karma, you know. Trust me, I've been there and you know all that, Virgo, right? So that's either collaborating well with yourself or with others, okay, at work, or just pretty much looking into anything spiritual. Let's hope that it's not, okay. So you could be involving with a Taurus, maybe. Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, you've probably got this in your chart, maybe, somewhere. But this is you holding on to your religious belief, if it's religious. You're holding on to that. You know, some people may be blamed for things that we do in life. You know, you can't blame people for doing their calling. If you have a calling in a certain direction, is what I'm picking up spiritually for a start. Because trust me, I don't go surface level, I go deep. So on a spiritual level, you're pretty much holding on to your calling and your belief. You know, you're sticking by your guns. You know, you're believing and you're sticking by that and you're holding on to that, you know. If it's to do with love and something like that, someone's holding on to resentment that they may have been caught in some kind of drama. It might not even be third-party interference, you know. If it is and you know that, you know that. But if it's not, they are or you are holding on to some kind of resentment. And this is where the blame game starts, you see. So this is where it says stay optimistic of what we was picking up through the cards, you know. Guarded and protected means this, that you're guarded and protected spiritually, but also it's saying that you're guarded and protected, you know, we have to remain open to receive things. If you stay guarded and protected for too long, you know, you'll think that everybody does the same thing. Can't do too much because this is going to be over on Vimeo, so let me try and just stick to the basics. Sorry guys, I know some people do kind of like to get guidance, but I want to do it over on Vimeo for you. So yeah, very spiritual, very spiritual. One of the best cards for spirituality. I think a lot of you are probably just concentrating on your on your calling. So what do you know? Judgment, the calling. Wow, Queen of Cups. So there's some love involved in this machine. There's a love machine. So someone might be a love machine. Don't know why I'm picking that up, Virgo. You might be a love machine, right? But judgment. So you made a judgment call. This is your calling spiritually. This is very spiritual stuff that's kind of coming out at the moment. You know, it really does depend on what's here. These are because how it ends. This is central to the situation of what's going to be happening central. Okay, but what I've been doing, picking up just lately over on Vimeo, is the corner cards and the one here. So how it ends here. You know, because it's pretty much your karma of a corner. You know, a corner of a cycle of what's going to happen within a timeline. You know, because I just channel messages, just being clairvoyant. So a lot of you know that. You don't want to hear me babbling. But the Queen of Cups, which is obviously Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, probably getting in tune with your calling of your feelings and emotions, trying to keep them more stable. Probably made a judgment call on the past, or someone's holding on to you, or you're holding on to that. You might be holding on to the resentment, and you might just say, you know, well, fuck it, I'm just going to concentrate on work, and that's what I'm concentrating on. You know, my calling can be anything in life. It really doesn't matter, because it's also on a mundane level. You know, this is what we're called for, an action. To take action. If we don't have action in life, we don't get anywhere. You know, to manifest things, you've got to have action. That's one of the most important things of the table of manifesting. You have to push forward. If you're writing, you have to use it as a gift. Don't just sit there and do something and think, oh, I don't, I daren't. No. Go with your calling and go with your gift of what you're called to do. Okay? Spiritually. So that's your spiritual part. That's your spiritual calling. But let's see what happens within the rest of the month for your love, okay, if that's what you're interested in. But I will also relate this to work, finances, health, and your love life. And then I will also do the thoughts and the feelings through another deck. Not this one, it'll be another deck. It'll be a Rider-Waite deck. And then we'll see how the other person's feeling. I'll see if I can cross comparison. Sometimes I have picked it up on how, if it is a third party, of how they're also feeling about it, okay? But it depends on what I channel, because I haven't done that bit yet. But everything's in the description. I very much appreciate all your support. Thank you all so much. And if not, I will catch you at another time through your weeklies and stuff, but they'll also still be the same kind of method. But I will get back to you guys and let you know pretty much what's happening with the channel. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Peace.